Hey there. A couple weeks ago I filmed in this bed when the roses were at full bud. Now we're peaking. I think this is the peak of the first wave. If it isn't the peak of the first wave, then it's this week. I mean, there's a lot of buds still, but oh my god, I mean, it's best it's ever done. A few years back, it felt like a bomb of herbicide had gone off right in this area, and everything died back to nothing. And a couple died, and we had to replace them. But things are coming back, and the rest are so big. I just love it. This is my favorite rose garden of all. I have a few rose beds, but this one, I haven't done anything in the rose garden yet. But high priority is to straighten up this rose, which you can't see from your angle, but it's falling down. So we're gonna do that with bamboo. Well, I wanted to draw your attention to this plant right here. Not a rose, in fact, it's a potato. Planted by the owner's hippie daughter. There's another one over here. These potatoes are maybe 4 or 5 years old now. They come back every year. I love them. I think they're a great contrast to the roses. They don't make trouble. They're all around the rose bed. Potatoes and roses. Okay, so how about I try and straighten this while you're watching, because that's a pretty good angle, and then I'll take you on a tour. So, first of all, roses are leaning towards you. I'm going to lift them back off of the bamboo sticks that are holding them up right now, and then reposition the bamboo sticks while it's lifted up, and hope that I don't make the situation worse, because they're very heavy. I just want roses to be like all they can be, you know? I challenge all the major rose beds in Vancouver. I'm talking about Stanley Park, I'm talking about Queen Elizabeth Park, I'm talking about Van Dusen Garden, I'm talking about Butchart Gardens. All those rose beds, classical rose beds, cut back to below knee-high in the winter, and they can never do this. So, what's the better way of taking care of roses? I think it's self-evident, not to, you know, but if you want monster roses, don't cut them back below the knees. Okay, so let's straighten this out. Enough of my ranting. Okay, so tangled in a piece of bamboo here. There we go. Okay, we're free of... Ah, shut up. Freaking birds are so loud. I think we're free of all the bamboo that I put in last week. So we're gonna try and prop this rose up in this position. And then I'll take you on a tour. Okay, so first step, haul out the bamboo. Isn't that a beauty? That's black bamboo I stole from the neighbors over here. You should take a look at them. Okay, so first I pierce the ground, then I put the bamboo where I think it should go, and then I use all my strength to drive it down. Yeah. Okay, check it out. Well, that's much better. Okay, so now we got another piece of bamboo here. Can you see me still? I hope so. I'm gonna put this one on the left side. I'm gonna just turn you a little bit in case you can't see that. Okay, there. Now you can see it, eh? Okay, so we're gonna straighten that up. Put this giant piece of bamboo, holding it like that. Excuse me. Time to drive it in. Ground's getting kind of hard. We're on a water ban, and that's the point of this video, not the rose bed. We have, ouch, 3 reservoirs on the North Shore, up in the mountains, and those reservoirs provide enough water for 3 million people. But they're in the middle of replacing one of the pipes that takes that water down into the city. And to replace it, ouch, I got hurt. To replace it, they have to turn off the existing one, which means we're in drastic water restrictions. So Vancouver's about to go from like ultimate lush to brown, and this bed here is in danger if we don't put in little drip lines, tiny little thin drip lines all through this bed. These roses will die this summer. So it's time for a good old-fashioned praying for rain regularly every 2 weeks for the whole summer. If we get that, we'll be fine. Or if we put in the little pipes. If we do, I'll film it. You can take a look. We switched to the regular lens from the Super View so that we could get in close on some of these roses. But check out the bed, man. It's so pretty. I have to deadhead for the next half hour. It's a lot of fading roses here. It's time to deadhead. And these are like, I don't know, 9 feet tall. They're very tall. I like these ones. That's nice, eh? Smells good too. And here's the thorny wild rose called Regula or something like that. Anyway, it's getting unruly and it's full of buds, and oh my god, look at this one. That's a lilac, followed by a very red. Check out the climbing rose going up the tower. We're going to try and make a ball of roses at the top of that, right up there. Here's the big controversy. These hens are no longer legal, probably for the rest of the summer. And a lot of flower beds rely on those, including this one, which will die if it's not converted to something called Neighbour. And my Thursday customer yesterday converted about 1/3 of her garden to Neighbour, and it cost her $1,500. But then the guy who is the irrigation technician for this property converted this bed from heads to Neighbour. That's the Neighbour right there, the brown tube. And he did that this week. There's like several loops of it, including in the center there. He did it for under $300. So I think it's going to cost the same to do that bed, and then this property might be okay for the summer. We'll see. I'm on the northern shore of Stanley Park. It's before 8 a.m. on a Sunday morning. You can see that mountain there is where the westernmost reservoir is, Capilano Reservoir. Water runs down that mountain and across the water to this point. Where it meets this area. These guys have been hard at work all winter. At least 6 months, if not a year, creating the new pipe. Doesn't look like they're going to be finished anytime soon. If I can find somebody, I'll ask them. how soon they're going to be done. Because looks like they're here for the long haul. About a kilometer southeast of that location is this one, where the pipe comes above ground and they're doing something to continue it, right next to Lost Lagoon. Excuse me, any idea when this is finished?
2030.
2030? Wow, and that's the pipe, right? Thank you. I'm down in breezy English Bay, where the pipe has emerged another kilometer south of that last location, right at the foot of Chilco and Beach Avenue. I'm guessing these two blue pipes are enormous shutoff valves, because the pipe will continue underneath English Bay and then continue right through Kitsilano and right through the rest of Vancouver and right through Richmond and then way out to Ladner, another 20, 30, maybe 40 kilometers, taking fresh water out to the lower mainland. I think. That's my guess. And there's a couple of security people here who won't be on camera and don't know a lot about it, but they are here all night. They're here 24 hours a day, and I guess they will be here until 2030. And they've been telling me that this pit is open to like some deep pipes underground, and sometimes these weird alien pipe creatures come emerging out of the ground at night, and they climb up these blue towers and dance in circles around the top of the blue towers in a ritual mating dance. Until next time.